Hello everybody, Lawrence here on June the 14th, Monday June the 14th, and well, the Euros are well underway. Unfortunately, we saw Scotland lose today, 2-0 to the Czech Republic. Bad luck to them. Wales have drawn, but England have won. Mind it, you'd think England have won the tournament the way everyone's celebrating. It's only Croatia and 1-0. I suppose a win is a win, but it all needs to be in perspective. And our biggest problem as an England fan is that we haven't, our striker, Harry Kane, our main man, he didn't get a sniff, he's just not getting a look in, and we need him to fire. We need a Jeff Hurst, 1966 at Wembley, he got the hat-trick, but he's 79, and who's to say, he probably don't want to put his boots on anymore, he's had enough of it. So he, it may not be the answer, but then when you think about it, Joe Biden, he's a year younger, and he heads up the free world. Him and his mates have just come back, haven't they, from a holiday in Cornwall like everybody else. I bet they've had a grand time. But it's always sad when you leave, isn't it? You have to pack your case up, make sure it doesn't get full of sand, My tip there is always to empty your socks out in the bin. There's always sand in your socks, and it gets everywhere. But they've had a grand time. And Biden seemed to get on well with Macron, I thought. They all want to get close to Biden, but it seemed to be Macron, I thought, who was the closest, after he'd won the bulls on the beach, and he was closest to Biden. But they all had a grand time. They had plenty of cream teas, apparently, Cornish cream teas, which are lovely, aren't they? But then Biden went for another on Sunday. He got the helicopter, and they travelled over to Windsor Castle to have afternoon tea with the Queen, very grand. Very, very nice. Probably like Betty's where the wife likes to go across Harrogate, a bit pricey, but very nice. And but the main thing is you have to be careful not to have too much of this cream, because it can block your arteries, That's why they call it clotted cream, the clue's in the name. So you just go sparingly, you have your tea with a thin wafer or, some small biscuit, or have it on its own, you don't have to always have something with it, You have to be careful. And what else? Well, Boris Johnson went swimming, didn't he? He went off, was he skinny dipping? I hope not, because that wouldn't have been very nice for anybody. You don't want to start giving people counselling on the beach, do you? But no, he went quite far out, and at one point I think Macron thought he was in French waters, and that would have kicked off a diplomatic problem, wouldn't it? But no, I think he enjoyed his swim. He didn't have a wetsuit on. He wasn't covered in goose fat. I think he thought he was sufficiently insulated, but did you read about this chap in America off Cod? Is it Cod Bay in America? Anyway, he got swallowed by a humpback whale. It would have been an accident. The whale was trying to collect squid or something in its mouth, or krill, and he gets his swimmer completely enclosed in. The swimmer thought that was it. This I think he was a lobster fisherman or something. He was anyway. He gets swallowed, and he thought that was it, and suddenly it spat him out, Well, it might not have been as easy with Boris Johnson, He may not have been able to regurgitate him as easily, and you can't easily give a Heinrich manoeuvre, can you, with all that blubber? So you do need to be careful, As far as I know, nothing went for Johnson, but you just have to be careful, don't you? And he's got a lot on, hasn't he? We've had to suspend the easing of lockdown. We all thought, didn't we, on June the 21st, that will be it. But no, it's been extended now to July the 19th. So June the 21st was probably like the longest day, wasn't it? July the 19th. Well, the nights are starting to draw in, but that's how it is. And it also happens to be Brian May's 73rd birthday. And, him and Ange will be celebrating down the Vic. They'll want to have a few people in there, won't they? And it's also Nicola Sturgeon's 50th that day. Now, is there anything in that day, do you think? Was he doing a favour for Nicola? Don't have your referendum. I don't know. But it's her birthday. And but one question I've got, if you're an SNP leader, is it a law that you have to be named after a fish? Alex Salmond and Nicola Sturgeon. I mean, I don't know. I'm just wondering. It does seem to be the way, doesn't it, And she's obviously, that party's critical of everything he does, Johnson. And then this 1922 committee of backbench MPs, his own Conservative, they have a go at him for this not easing of lockdown, You'd think, though, wouldn't you, they'd be more up to date to this committee, a more recent one. They must be knocking on a lot, these lads, 1922, Anyway, I suppose it's the way it is. And this Delta virus, the variant, you know, it is obviously spreading a lot easier, and we have to be careful. But its symptoms are slightly different. One good thing is apparently it doesn't affect your taste and your smell as much as the other one, you know. So you might be ill, but you can enjoy your tea, you know. But it does, apparently, you get lots of muscle aches. Now, my mate Derek, you know, he's down the gym a lot, and he does this aerobics and stuff like this, so he's probably going to suffer more than I would, because I don't do a tap, you know, so my muscles, well, they're non-existent really. So that's one thing, for once, it's in my favour, you know. But let's hope we can put an end to it all. Anyway, listen, good luck to all the teams in the Euros, particularly, of course, England, Scotland and Wales. I'll see you next week. Stay safe. Take care.